Hey, so this is the regular monthly look at new number ones and like standout issues, milestone issues coming out in incoming months. So this month we're looking at April's 2024, and we're just going to cover DC, Marvel, and Image. If you want, it's just too much, otherwise it'd be like a 4-hour video. So first of all, it's not a new number one, but it's a landmark issue. It's Nightwing 113, but the legacy numbering is issue 300. So that's one of the covers. So unusually, it's not an oversized issue, it's just the regular 40-page issue because it's $4.99 40-page comic. Written by Tom Taylor, various artists on it, backup strip by Michael W. Conrad, with backup art by Howard Porter, which should be nice. Really good artist. So it says since the 1940s, you've seen him go from acrobat to orphan, from Dick Grayson to Robin, from Robin to Nightwing, and you've seen him work alongside the universe's most powerful heroes against existence's most sinister villains. You've seen Dick Grayson do so many things, but now in his 300th issue, you'll see him. Well, you'll just have to pick up the issue and find out. Join us for the Legacy 300 milestone. So could be interesting. I like legacy issues, but I always feel like they don't give you much. It's more like the gimmick of, hey, we've reached a milestone, and you have loads of like little stories or loads of artists who's worked on a comic before. Marvel's done it with Spider-Man and loads of other characters, and DC's done it as well. I always feel very underwhelmed with them. I've never really read a good milestone comic, so I have a feeling this could be the same again, but it is nice that it's got that far. So if you're collecting Nightwing, that could be one to look out for. And then back to Nightwing again. And this is Nightwing Annual for 2024. Nice kind of moody gothic cover. $5.99, 48 pages by Travis Moore, so not Tom Taylor writing it. Artwork by Travis Moore as well. Cover by Travis Moore. So complete creator-centric issue. And it says it's the secret origins of Bea Bennett. During Nightwing's recent pirate adventure, we learn that Bea Bennett, Dick/Rick's ex-girlfriend, is a pirate queen whose father, the quartermaster, left her an entire pirate society. But what about her life before she became a pirate? Before she met Rick Grayson? Just what, and more importantly, who led her to where she is today? A backstory like no other, with tales of betrayal, love and independence. So, if you've been following that storyline, could be of interest. I do like how DC now with the annuals, they're not just throwaway things, they add to the story, what the ongoing story. Marvel could learn a bit from that, because Marvel don't do that. Just scrolling through, see if there's any more standout issues. You know, ones that are new number ones, or annuals, or landmark issues. Okay, there's a Harley Quinn 2024 annual. Sorry, focus is terrible. There we go, that should do it. Just try that again. So, Harley Quinn 2024. This is by Erica Henderson. It looks like this seems to be a theme. Again, this is written and drawn by the same person, Erica Henderson. $5.99 again, 48 pages. Toot toot, ladies and germs. Don't you just hate it when you've bust your butt left and right with no reward? Whether you're devoted to a life of heroism, villainy, or regular personism, everyone needs a break. And which is where the Harley Quinn 2024 annual comes in. And it says it's a luxurious luxury cruise-based comedy guaranteed to leave you feeling rested, relaxed, and ready to freaking solve a maritime murder mystery. And Satana guest stars in it as well. So, just a light, fluffy read. Anything else? One comic I've not got, I might get in book form, is Outsiders. I am intrigued by it, but I don't know. I'm just very wary of the writers Lansing and Kelly. They do good stuff sometimes, but sometimes they don't deliver on what they promise. So if you've been reading it, let me know what you think of it. That's just me waffling while I'm scrolling through to see if there's anything else that's new, number ones or annuals, etc. Oh yeah, there's an event starting. So Action Comics now is becoming like, I've forgotten what to call it. They feature different creative teams every few months now. So with Action Comics 1064, it's the start of an event between the super titles, and it's called The House of Brainiac, and this is part 1. $4.99, 40 pages. Says Brainiac attacks. Brainiac's Lobo army invades Metropolis. So this has been in the background of the ongoing Superman comic. Brainiac's Lobo army invades Metropolis in an action-packed, oversized issue, and it's by Joshua Williamson and Rafa Sandoval on artwork. And the super family and all the heroes of Metropolis join the fight, but will there be enough to hold off Brainiac's lethal and crazed soldiers? So this is part 1 of the House of Brainiac. And it spins out into Superman 13. Again, just got to pause it a second. So as I was saying, it carries on into Superman 13, again by Joshua Williamson and Rafa Sandoval. Again, $4.99, but that one's only 32 pages. And there's the House of Brainiac. It's not showing up, I don't think, very well on my screen. It's a special, $5.99, 48 pages, by Joshua Williamson and Mark Russell on writing, so 2 good writers. Art by Edwin Gelman, not heard of him, but Steve Pugh, who's a really good artist, British as well. Hey. And this is an essential issue that delves more into the background behind the story. And it goes on about how did Brainiac create a bottled city of Zarnia, where Lobo comes from, and who steps up to protect Metropolis after Brainiac's army leaves it in ruins. Will Lois Lane confront Perry White about his own secrets as he runs for mayor of Metropolis? And how is Amanda Waller involved in all this? I'm not sure if I'm that fond of the Amanda Waller storyline for everything. I just feel like the Suicide Squad's a bit played out now, to be honest, and I don't know. I think because I'm such a fan of John Ostrander's original Suicide Squad, I don't like the current iteration of how they're doing Amanda Waller. It's just gone too extreme now, but it's just my own personal flavour. Maybe I'm just biased because of what I know of her history. And it carries on as Power Girl, but I don't like Power Girls. Some people do, I don't. That's Power Girl number 8. And again, I'll just pause while I find another new title. Okay, next up is Flash Annual Number 1, 2024, and this is by Simon Spurrier, so the regular writer. Art by A.L. Kaplan. Cover by Mike Deodato Jr. $5.99, 48 pages. With Wally West missing in action, Central City needs help dealing with all the bizarre new threats that have arisen. So thankfully, Wallace West, Avery Ho, and Circuit Breaker are here to help. But can they count on Barry Allen, who's having a crisis of his own? So there you have it. And okay, next that's worth mentioning is Shazam, Power Shazam. Or is it, no, it's just Shazam, isn't it? Shazam number 10, which is a new creative team on it. So it's got Josie Campbell, who did the Power of Shazam, the one about Mary Marvel miniseries. She did that with Evan Doc Shraver, I think. Schraner. And this one at that time, she's writing it, Josie Campbell, and art is by Emanuela Lupacino, who did World's Finest Teen Titans. Oh, sorry, Josie Campbell did the new champion of Shazam. Power Shazam was one from the 90s, I think. So they're the new creative team. So Dan Mora and Mark Waid have left now. But apparently she was really good on the as a writer on New Champion of Shazam. And the artist for World's Finest Teen Titans is really, really solid. So if you are carrying on with Shazam, then I don't think you'll be disappointed. I've stopped just for budgetary reasons. And I'll just pause it again because it's been sluggish. Okay, so there's a one-shot special, one of these prestige 80-page, 90-page issues that they do, and it's DC Spring Break. If I turn my lights off, it'll be really dark, so I've got to keep it on, but it's a picture of Harley Quinn on the cover. So $9.99, 80 pages, cardstock cover. Various writers, Megan Fitzmartin, Cameron Chittock, Joey Esposito, etc. Even Mike Barr, don't know if that's Mike W. Barr. Art by Kenya Danino, Vasco Georgiev, Paul Palacia, and others. Cover by John Timms. Spring has sprung, flowers are blooming, bees are buzzing, Harley is breaking, King Shark out of Bow Reef prison, and there's all different types of so spring breakouts, all different types of stories about villains doing breakouts basically. So there you go. I never really buy them. It's just like, it seems unnecessary, but some people like them. If you've got the money, if you've got extra money, treat yourself. And I think that's it for new comics. The one thing I will point out though, this is a series. Hold on. Yeah, one thing I will point out, if you've got any teenagers in your life, one thing that I've found that's been really popular with my daughter, who's 16 now, is the Cami Garcia, Gabriel Piccolo series of Teen Titans stories. It starts off with Raven, then it was Raven and Beast Boy, and then Raven was Beast Boy, and then Robin, and now they're doing one on Starfire. And these are really, really good, solid YA graphic novels, about the size of a manga. And are a good way of introducing. My daughter doesn't read comics, she likes manga, she likes a lot of Boom trade collections, and she loves the DC YA one and done graphic novels, because again they're like in a book size, they're like a manga size, like a tankerbound size. So if you've got any children, if you want to get any of your children or young people that you know interested in superheroes, they're a good way to do it, because they're not bogged down by history or by having to know 50-60 years worth of comic lore, and they're just a really good, fun, fresh way to read superhero comics. So I highly recommend that. Like I said, or for yourself. I've read them myself, and they are really, really solid. Nice art, great stories, and it's just a really good alternative to comics. Just read. You don't need to get American comics. You can just read what you like. Buy manga, buy these YA books, buy Giant Days, whatever you like. Just buy comics. They don't have to be in American weekly comics. But that's it for the DC ones. Quite a quiet month. Kind of refreshing, because there's a lot. They launched a slew of new titles in the last few months of 2023. So it's quite nice that there's not a lot of new titles to start collecting again, just mainly annuals and special events, which in ongoing series, so it makes it a lot easier for your pocket. So next, I'll just pause it and I'll get it sorted for Marvel. Okay, so these are the new titles coming out from Marvel in April 2024. I'm going to try not to bash too heavily on Marvel, but the only thing I am bashing on them about is how they keep on doing new series. They say, oh, it's going to be a new ongoing series, and it stops after like 10 issues, 12 issues, and they do it, get back again to number one, and it's happening again with Marvel. But my biggest concern, my biggest frustration is, it's like they're just thinking, oh, let's just get like a bingo thing and put random numbers for prices in the bingo column and just pull it out. Oh, that's how much we'll charge for a comic, because they're so expensive for what they are. So there's a new series called Blood Hunt miniseries by Jed McKay. Just showing you the one of the variants with Blade on it. So it's a 5-issue series. One second, my tablet's being stupid. There's another cover. 5-issue series, and I think it's covering. So it's going to impact Avengers, Blade, Spider-Man, I guess, Doctor Strange, and Clear. So Pepe Larraz is on the cover, on the artwork. And it says it's the bloodiest Marvel event ever. Ooh. The skies have gone dark. The sun is hiding its face from the carnage to come, and the children of the night, the vampires, have risen from the dark and hidden places of the world as one to drown the Marvel universe in blood. I didn't get that sentence. And no, hold on. The children of the night, the vampires, have risen from the dark. Oh, from the dark and hidden places of the world as what? I'm sure there should be a comma somewhere around there. As one to drown the Marvel universe in blood. It still doesn't make sense, but anyway. Earth's final night has fallen. Can even the heroes of this doomed world stem the tide of blood that is to come? So, 40-page issue, which means 28 pages story. $5.99. But that's not all. They're doing a red band version, which will have 8 extra pages. They say with added gore. It comes polybagged, so think of something like the Death of Superman thing, where it was in a plastic bag that like deteriorated if you kept the comic deteriorated if you kept it inside. But for an extra 8 pages, which must be about an extra 4 pages of story, they're going to charge you $7.99. $7.99 for a 48-page comic. Not prestige. Not one of those nice black label European-sized albums, which is $6.99, but $7.99 for a 48-page comic that comes in a plastic bag, which you'll have to take the bag out to read it. This is what really pisses me off with Marvel at the moment. They're just making stupid decisions with a lot of their prices. So yeah, that's the main big event title for this month. Blood Hunt. So 5 issues written by Jed McKay. I'm not going to guess it, but I'm sure it'll be solid. He's a solid writer, but the pricing is disgusting. It really is. I do get a few more for now. I've got Ultimate Spider-Man, not received it yet because it was tied up with an order. One of the sizes lace have been printed, so I've got to wait for that to come through. And I will carry on with that. And I'm going to try Ultimate X-Men. And I am getting Daredevil because I found issue 3 and 4 this week at my local comic shop for £1 each for a brand new comic. And they also got the start of Gang War from Spider-Man. So if I can find it at a bargain price, I'll carry it. I'll try a few more issues, see what it's like. But yeah, it's just for the quality of issues and the prices that Marvel are charging. That's put me off really trying anything much from them. And this is my bugbear, what I was saying about how they won't just carry on with, like, say for example, Action Comics from DC had a huge long run by Philip Kennedy Johnson, and they could have said, right, we're going to start again from issue 1 and announce Jason Aaron's the big new writer. No, they just carried on with the next number, because 1060 or something, and announced Jason Aaron coming on as the new writer and how they're going to change the format a bit. Why can't Marvel do that? Deadpool, for example, Alyssa Wong did a really, from what I heard, solid series. I think it lasted for about 9 issues. And now they're doing another Deadpool. But it's going to be $4.99, of course. And it's got good writer on it, Cody Ziegler, who does Miles Morales. But yeah, it's only 32 pages, $4.99. And the art is by Roger Antonio. I have no idea who he is. One thing I will say with DC over Marvel, DC get name artists, really good artists, big name artists, and they stay on the titles for a long block. Even say Bruno Redondo, he was on Nightwing for ages. Now he's here and there all over the place, but he had a long run. Can't say that for Marvel. I mean, for example, like I said with Daredevil, I've got the first 4 issues. Aaron Kuder, is it? He was on the first 2 issues, and then he's off again. Just 2 issues. Come on, Marvel. But yeah, so there's a new, supposedly, ongoing series from Marvel for Deadpool, but we'll see. And there's another, in brackets, ongoing series, Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider. This is another one I might be tempted to buy because very good writer on it, Stephanie Phillips. And Chris Campana is the artist again. Another artist I don't know. I don't know a lot of Marvel's artists. I really don't. This one I think might be. I think it's going to be $3.99 after the first issue, but the first issue is 40 pages and it's $4.99, so that's okay. So we'll see. And there's a mini series from Marvel's bringing out loads of shit at the moment. There's a new series. It's pardon me. I think Shadow of the Green Goblin. Tempted, but I don't know. I'm tempted because of who's the creative writer on it, GM DeMatteis. But again, I've not got a clue who the artist is. There's loads of really great artists, but I don't know if Marvel are just picking random ones because it does cost as much to get one who's not a name. So it's Michael Star Maria doing the artwork. No, not got a clue, no idea. But I think it's a 4-issue series, 40 pages for the first 40 pages first issue, $4.99. Yeah, 4 issues. And it's again going back in the past, so when it was a younger Peter Parker, going more into the Green Goblin lore. To be honest, I think they should stop Amazing Spider-Man. Just call it The Untold Tales of Spider-Man or something, and just have James DeMatteis and Roger Stern, a rotating cast of really good classic Spider-Man writers doing 4-issue stories. Like Legends of Dark Knight. Just do that. Get rid of that one. Just have that and Ultimate Spider-Man and what is it, Spectacular Spider-Man, what's coming out soon as well. They don't need that one. And there's a new kind of, I've not got a clue what this is. Don't know if it's tying into the current 4 storyline. But there's a comic coming out called Roxin Presents 4. It's by Al Ewing, but the artist, in brackets, okay, Tracer. The Tracer is Greg Land, who always has work with Marvel. When I think, there's times when I think, oh, try this comic. Like there's the next one coming out. I thought, I might try that. Could be interesting. But then I realised it's Greg Land on the artwork, and he's just got no skill. You can blatantly see who he's what he's traced, and he started tracing off himself. He did a series of covers, and it was the exact same pose, even the same hair, but he just put a different costume on them, and he did it for different comics. And it's like, no, I'm not the biggest Rob Liefeld fan, but at least he's got his own style, and he's not. His style is, you can tell it's Rob Liefeld, but Greg Land, you just think, oh, that's from Penthouse, or whatever, or oh, he's stolen that pose from another artist. So yeah, so there's a spin-off from A Morsel Fall called Roxin, $3.99, and I've not got a clue, but somehow I think it's tied in with the ongoing Immortal 4. Kid Venom gets a 4-issue series. Again, no idea who he is. I think he started off in Marvel Unlimited Online. See, I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be positive, a bit more positive with Marvel, but they keep on doing things that get me really annoyed. It's the money, it's who they use, it's the quality of the product, and it's this constant rebooting and relaunching characters' comics. So, anyway, Kid Venom number 4, 40 pages, $4.99. Sorry, issue 1. It's 1 of 4 by Tagayami on writing on art. No idea, and it's set around Japan 977. So I don't know. Not got a clue what it's about. I guess if you've been reading it online, you'll know. Like I said, one Spider-Man title I am looking forward to is the Spectacular Spider-Man by Greg Weisman and Humberto Ramos on artwork. And it's $4.99, but it's saying on here it's 40 pages. That's for issue 2. So I guess I will give that a try, because I do like Spider-Man as a character. Up to a point, I try and collect him and then I stop. So I'll see if that might make me want to carry on with the full series. Well, by full, that's like 10 issues, no Marvel. Then there's Jackpot and Black Cat. I don't like how they've made Mary Jane a superhero. It'd be like giving Lois Lane superpowers. It just, well, DC tried it in the 50s. Just keep her as Mary Jane. She was interesting enough without having superhero powers. So this is issue 2, so I couldn't even remember that. I didn't know issue 1 would come out last month. Shows how impactful it's been on me. But yeah, so that's the thing. 4 issues. And I think that's it. I'm just going to pause and see if there's anything in the licensed products. Okay, just before... excuse that. Sorry, just getting a bit of a sweaty forehead. Not that you needed to know that. But just before we get to the licensed bits, there is one other Marvel comic to mention, which is Daredevil 8. But apparently it's marking 60 years of Daredevil, which is Marvel's way of saying, we're going to sell you a $9.99 comic, which is what they're going to do. So this will be the thing where it's got main story by regular writer of Saladin Ahmed, Aaron Cood on the main storyline, and then there'll be hundreds of little mini stories afterwards with all various artists and writers who've had some connection with Daredevil. So that's one to get, I guess. Now I'm just onto the and that was $9.99, 80 pages. Not normally it's 100 pages. It used to be 100 pages, but they've trimmed 20 pages off the comics. No, there's a new Black, White, and Red, of course. This isn't a dump on Marvel. This is a dump on every company. Black and White and Red. The novelty's worn off. At least do a different colour. Maybe do black, white, and purple for a change. So there's going to be a Darth Maul Black, White, and Red series, and it's going to be 4 issues. Benjamin Percy is is doing the story for this one. 40 story pages, so that'll be 28 story pages. $5.99. Ooh. And I think that could be it for... yeah, I think that's it for Marvel. Yeah, that's it for Marvel. So I'm going to pause, and crikey, I've been on here for half an hour already. I'm going to pause, and then we'll look at the new number 1's coming out from Image in April 2024. Okay, bye. See you in a bit. Okay. my glasses. Okay. So, sorry. Yeah, I was going to wear my glasses, but got a thumbprint on them. So, looking at April 2024 for Image, quite a few new titles coming out, and these look quite interesting, to be honest. First up, this, I think part of it was already released a while ago, but it's now coming out from Image as a 12-issue series. This is called Drawing Blood, 1 of 12, and it's written by Kevin Eastman, art by Ben Bishop, Troy Little, Kevin Eastman, and it's $3.99, 32 pages, and I think it goes into like a bit of, I don't know, from the sounds of it, it's like, goes into like, house, starts all that again. I didn't get any word out then. It's basically, it says legendary Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the iconic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's a new story, and it says, the story starts out, pitches when you create a global franchise before you turn 20. Ooh. So it's kind of slightly autobiographical. What happens next? And it says, readers will follow the jaw-dropping journey of Shane Buckman, a cartoonist whose real life has become more absurd and action-packed than any comic book story could dream up. So it's about being a comic creator, but I think there is more. I think it does lead into like thriller territory as well later on. So I should think that'll be quite popular, because Kevin Eastman's definitely had a resurgence these past 10 years with the popularity of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles via IDW. And then Geiger comes back again, this time as an ongoing. Same team, Gary Frank and Jeff Johns on writing, Gary Frank on artwork. Yeah, 32 pages, still just $3.99, and they do, if they're anything like the old series, there'll be nice cardstock covers. So again, it'll be delving into the lore more of Geiger. This is now part of Ghost Machine, which has loads of other new titles that are coming out this year. One of them being from Jeff Johns writing and artist Brian Hitch, Redcoat. This was part of the Geigerverse. It appeared in an 80-page issue a while ago, which I've got, but I've never actually read, I don't think. So this one is about an immortal and he's a mercenary, kind of a tool, meets Simon Pure, the newest unnamed hero created by comic all-stars Jeff Johns and Brian Hitch. First issue is 40 pages and just $3.99. So there we go. And another new number one from Ghost Machine in April, Rook Exodus by Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok. This looks really nice. Got a very heavy metal comic kind of flavour to it, as in Heavy Metal, the classic magazine. So that looks like more of a sci-fi, even though Geiger and Rook are kind of sci-fi, but more of a post-apocalyptic, even though Geiger's post-apocalyptic. So what am I saying? But yeah, it looks good anyway. 40 pages, $3.99, ongoing. And a new comic coming out in the Spawn universe, Rat City. I don't buy any of the Spawn comics, but this one does appeal to me because it's got more of a sci-fi bent to it. It says the city that they live in, it's like Blade Runner, so that always gets me interested. Written by Erica Schultz. I've read some of her stuff and she's quite good. Art's by Z. Carlos, never heard of them. It says it's an extra length first issue of Rat City, and it says Peter Kane is an ex-soldier, an amputee, and a hellspawn in a post-war future. But Peter's not dead like Al. Peter got his spawn powers from the nanites, his prosthetic legs, so it's more of a Spawn sci-fi comic. And it's 40 pages, $3.99, so again, very good value. So a new series from in the universe of Spawn. So if you're following the Spawn comics, that'd be one to look for. I don't follow Spawn, but I will give that a try. Either physical or digital, not decided yet. And I'm just going to pause because my tablet's crashed. Okay, Image seems to have quite a lot of new titles. So there's another one. This is volume 2 of a series called Saint Mercy. I'm not familiar with this one. By John Z. Platten and art by Attilio Rocco. 32 pages, $3.99, 4-issue series. And it says, in Saint Mercy Godland, Mercedes Oro finds herself immortal, forever tethered to the cursed ancient Incan god. cursed ancient Incan gold, and in constant struggle with the Incan guards who deem her both a threat and an opportunity. So it's set in the 1930s, a bit like a supernatural kind of western kind of thing by the looks of it. So that's coming out. So if you read the first volume, I'm sure you'd be pleased to know there's a second volume coming out now. And then this one has me very excited. I loved, as I mentioned in my reviews, the Universal Monsters Dracula by James Tynion and Martin Simmons. Well, there's a new Universal Monsters comic coming out, and this is from writers Dan Watters and Ramvi, who I love both of them, and arts by Matthew Roberts. I'm not familiar with him, but if it's anything like, he's done the cover and it looks really good, and it's the creature from the Black Lagoon. But whereas the Dracula one was like a retelling but around the edges of the Dracula story from the film, this one is a new story featuring the creature from the Black Lagoon. And it looks really good. Again, this will be like the other ones, will be a cardstock cover, really high quality paper, so it'll be $4.99, 4 issues. So that's coming out. Then there's a new comic from Ashley Wood, 40 pages, $4.99, so it's black and white with spot colour. It's called 7174 AD. I've never really warmed to Ashley Wood. Might give it a try though to see if I do like him. I don't know. I think he's been more like concept over story, and I've no problem with that. But I've got to be engaged with the story. But anyway, that's coming out. $4.99, 40 pages, and there's a one shot from Hack Slash. I think it's celebrating 20 years of Hack and Slash, and it's by Tim Seeley, the creator. It's called Kill Your Idols. I've still yet to get the Zoe Thorogood one. I must wait for the trade paperback to read that. And it's crashed again, so I'm just going to pause. Okay, so there's just one last bit of important new releases for April from Image, and that's Transformers number 7, because issue number 6 was the last issue with Daniel Warren Johnson doing everything, the story and the art. For issue 7, he's just doing the writing, but the new artist is Jorge Corona, is the new ongoing artist. But apparently, from the feedback from a lot of people, he's really, really good. So I'll give it a try. If I don't like it, I'll stop it. Simple as. But I've enjoyed Transformers currently, and I've got no clue about Transformers. The only thing of Transformers I've ever enjoyed or watched was Bumblebee. But as somebody who's not into the whole history of Transformers, I'm enjoying this comic. So I'm sure I'll still enjoy the writing on it. And I'm sure, going by Skybound's history with the Energon universe and their other titles, the artists who they've picked will be superb as well. So that's it. Let me know in the comments if you fancy what you're thinking of picking up out of that lot. Just some good titles. I tried not to bash too much on Marvel. The only grievance I've got about Marvel at the moment is the constant relaunching of series, the price points are ridiculous, and the quality issues. But there is more new titles coming out. What I'm getting excited about, I'm excited about the Ultimate line of titles. I'm excited about some of the titles coming out in the Spider-Man universe, like the Spectacular Spider-Man, especially Spider-Gwen with Stephanie Phillips writing. And I'm giving Daredevil a second chance because I got those bargain issues this week. So we'll see. Maybe I don't hate Marvel as much as I thought I did. So, and I hope that ends up being the case. Like I said, it's just the prices at the moment, so they're just ridiculous. Like I said, DC, just a stable move. Just the only new things really are the few annuals. The rest is just an ongoing series, which is good because it saves you money. Marvel doesn't save you money. They've brought out loads of other stuff. I think with Marvel, there's about 80 issues for the month of April, so it's crazy. Some really interesting stuff from Image. Quite excited about that. I'm actually excited about dipping my toe into the Spawn universe again. I don't mind Spawn comics when they're not written by Tom